wow, you know what, this was something that was able to unite us as a country, was able to unite homes and families together. Hopefully we can look back and have more positivity that can come out of it than the negativity that's been out there and the fear that everybody has been gripped upon. But yeah, let's just be positive.
Definitely. And, you know, all of my love and sympathy and well wishes go out to all the artists that are affected right now. But at least, as you said, you're keeping busy.
Yeah.
We're back at school with our little ones.
Siyafunda.
Absolutely. And speaking about your darling daughter, I saw on Instagram that recently you and her celebrated your birthdays during lockdown. Listen, we know how it feels. So how did you guys celebrate it?
Wow. Lockdown birthday was very interesting. It's the first birthday that I didn't have any presents whatsoever. I woke up obviously with breakfast in bed, which was incredible and amazing. And, you know, it went on to just being whatever dad wants, just let him have it. And I think my first request was that, can I just have an extra nap, you know, just an extra 2 hours of uninterrupted noise, you know. And I got that. I think the best part about having to spend lockdown is that you come to a place of realizing what's really important. You know, our birthdays are not about gifts, and they're about spending it with people that matter the most to you and people that make you feel special. And I really felt special, and I felt loved, and I felt appreciated, and I had the freedom of having to ask for whatever I want, obviously, in terms of, you know, just, can I have the remote for today? Can I sleep a little bit longer? You know, just, I was spoiled. You know, can I get a massage on my feet today? You know, those kind of things. So it was really special. I mean, for my daughter, we decided to do this Zoom meeting where we invited all of her friends from a class and so forth, and we put the cake there. My wife was able to bake a cake, and they sang for her. We blew the candles. It was a bit chaotic trying to organize all these kids together, but she loved it. She enjoyed it, and I think I'll be able to look back and be like, wow, I had a birthday at lockdown, and that was like 1 in a million opportunities, you know, and I really enjoyed it. I really did feel like it was special. I spent the entire day with my family. It was unique from every other birthday that I've had all my life. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for all the fans that sent me messages. You know, Twitter and Facebook and Instagram was just buzzing with just people just sending me messages and just showing me their appreciation and their love and their support. And I felt like it was overwhelming more than all the other years, because people are more engaging on social media at this time than ever before. So I was really grateful for that, to receive that kind of love and appreciation from my fans and from my family. I guess that's what it was, you know, in a nutshell.
You know, people tend to forget, right? But I'm loving
but yeah, so I was really grateful for that.
Okay, but moving on from things that are, you know, you had your quiet moment, you were able to reflect over your birthdays, and you were able to just be silent and be one. But one place that you are far from quiet is the performance stage. I mean, you are known for your energetic live performances. But during staying home, a lot of us are getting lazy. I know I'm getting lazy. So how do you keep fit, and what keeps you motivated when you want to return to the stage?
I have to be honest. It's been incredibly difficult to actually be fit in the season. However, I've learned to make use of what I have around me. And fortunately, I've got a little small setup which has a barbell and some weights. I've got a bench. And other than that, I've just been running up and down the yard. I've been doing push-up. I put the kids on my back and I carry them and I go up and down. I do squats, boxing, and I do a lot of skipping as well. It's been challenging, and however, I'm loving the process. I think it's pushed me outside of my comfort zone, because always, you know, you want to go to the gym and where everything is already laid out for you, and suddenly you don't have those privileges, and you realize that, hey, I can actually do this without having to pay for those monthly subscription, going to the gym and so forth, and I can make use with what I have at home, and I think I can appreciate that. But the sad part is that I'm always opening the fridge now and again. I'm more hungry than ever before, so as much as I'm burning a lot of calories, I feel like I'm putting on more calories, so I'm like, I don't know, I'm just like I'm just living my best life right now.
Yeah. No, live your best life, King, because trust me, as soon as this whole restriction is lifted, we are going to be expecting you to go harder than ever on that stage. But don't worry, we know that you're capable. We know you got this under control.
I got this.
Pumping those muscles like a ball. Finally, before we say goodbye to you, heading into the weekend, what message do you have for your loved ones, your fans in South Africa?
My message is, you know what, it's a tough time for each and every single one of us. I think the first thing I'd like to say is that, let's comply and let's be submissive to the rules and the regulation that has been put out there in terms of sanitizing, in terms of just making sure that we wear our mask and we stay safe and we keep the distance and so forth. I think if every single one of us work together as we have been as a country, and if we can just continue to do that, we are going to definitely get through this. And then my second message will be that never give up on your dreams, never give up on the things that you feel that you want to accomplish, and that the things that you feel that you've been destined to do in life. And I always want people to always remember me as a person who was able to live out their dreams despite the difficult background that I come from. I mean, from KwaMashu to being where I am today, and from a poverty background to having to be able to be successful as a musician and have the awards and the accolades that I do have. I would not have been able to do that if I didn't give up on myself and give up on my dreams. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm grateful for the God that I serve, who's been able to be faithful, who's been able to just give me the strength to just keep going on, despite the challenges that life has. So I would say that to everybody, keep your head up, remain faithful, remain strong, and don't give up on your dreams.
Don't give up. A strong,
don't give up.
hearty message from Uloyicele. Thank you so much for letting us into your home and into your heart. Cheers.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Bye.
Appreciate it. Coming up, we're in the kitchen with Chef Anele as she's making a hearty chicken and tomato stew, perfect for a cold weekend night.
Express yourself. Try the new Tropica Piña Colada. Smooth.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to the Afternoon Express kitchen, where our hands are clean, washed and sanitized. With autumn in full swing, the evenings are definitely getting chillier. Ease into the cold winter with a bowl of our Cromel chicken and tomato stew. Thanks to the versatility of Clover Cromel with its rich and creamy taste, this recipe is packed with lots of nutrients for the whole family to enjoy. So get into this recipe this weekend. This sounds delicious, girl.
Oh, and it's so easy to make, Polly.
Okay, but you have to take me through it slowly from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm going to take you through slowly. First of all, some oil in the pan. We always start with a bit of oil in a quite medium to high high heat. Then we're going to add our onions. We always start a stew with some onions.
With some good onions, take that sweetness out of the onions, add that flavor.
Yeah, add that flavor, some onions and some garlic. We always have a bit of garlic. I can smell the aromas. It's like so beautiful. I can smell that sweet onion already. It's coming through. Okay?
I mean, and now when you walk into a household and you know when people have just cooked and you know by the scent, as soon as you walk down that passage, you're like, kono pek ayo. And this is that scent that I love when it comes to winter. I mean, as soon as you walk into a household, you smell the stew, you smell the rice, you smell the potatoes, and it smells like home.
Yes, it's like a really homely family dish. And it's got all the veggies in. We've got your sun-dried tomatoes. It's going to add that deep flavour, that rich flavour that we want.
I've never tried that. I normally just use fresh tomatoes in a stew.
Sun-dried tomato has very beautiful concentrated flavour, so it's fantastic. And it just adds to the dish. And now we're going to add some mushrooms. That's our second veggie. Remember, our third veggie already. We've got onion, we've got tomato, we've got mushrooms.
Okay, as you're counting all of the veggies we have in the stew, if you can't keep count and you need this written down for you, don't worry, we've gone ahead and did so. We've gone over to the Afternoon Express's website, afternoonexpress.co.za, and Chef Anel has detailed the ingredients and the recipe so you can try this deliciously hearty chicken and tomato stew at home.
And now I've added some mushrooms, and mushrooms give you that umami flavour, that beautiful, beautiful, soft umami flavour. So you just let this go. I actually want to put this a bit higher, so it really whacks it.
Talking about it's getting hot in here, the flames on that look incredible, look very, very inviting, but also we have to make sure that we're safe, you know?
Yes.
We make sure that the kids stay away from all the heat in the kitchen, all the sharp tools in the kitchen, and making sure that mommy is taking full charge in the kitchen.
And Polly, now I've added chicken. It's chicken breast, so it's a very lean cut of meat. And I've cubed it so it's the same size as the butternut, so they can cook together. The cooking time plus minus the same.
Okay.
So I just want to season this again. You always season as you go along, a bit of salt, some pepper, and now we're going to add the butternut. This is now, how many veggies now already, Polly?
I think this is about veggie 4 or 5.
It's so nutritious and easy. Okay, so I'm going to get that going. Oh, can you smell it?
It smells delicious and it looks good too. I mean, people always say that just make sure that every colour is represented in your plate and then you sort it when it comes to vitamins and nutrients.
And now I'm adding some fresh herbs. You can, dried herbs. This is just like a mix of herbs, but you can use fresh herbs as well if you want to. But if you like rosemary or you specifically like oregano, you can add that to the mix.
Lovely.
So that is getting ready. And now we're going to add some tomato, more tomato.
More tomato. Okay, thank you so much for adding that tomato in and adding all these ingredients that put together such a hearty meal. It is winter. It is getting a little chilly.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to engage with us on social media. What are you whipping up in the kitchen and will you be trying this recipe at home? I know I certainly will.
And now, give that creamy flavour because we want that creaminess in the dish. You know, you can see what it looks like. It's absolutely delicious. So I'm going to take some cremel.
Okay.
And it is one of the few creamers that only use milk, skim milk powder. It's actually the only one that uses skim milk powder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is that much better for us. So when you add it into the mixture, do you need to add added milk or dairy or you just go in with your water?
I'm going to mix it with a bit of water.
Oh, okay.
And I love this, a dash in my coffee and in my tea, in my rooibos tea. I love a cup of rooibos tea with this in. It's delicious. And you just mix it with the water because we want that creaminess and we don't use cream now, so we use cremel.
The options are endless with cremel is what I'm getting from you, Anel.
I know. So I'm going to just mix that together. And then we're going to add it to our stew that's bubbling away. Oh, my word, it's smelling divine.
It's smelling divine and it's looking divine. I know a lot of people always wonder, Anel, do we actually try these recipes at home? And I will have you know, earlier this week, Anel, do you remember your tuna bake?
Yes, yeah.
That tuna and broccoli bake South Africa where we decided that we would marry pasta?
Yeah.
I tried that at home the very next night. Mwah! Magnifique. I got it perfect. It looked good. The vegetables were crunchy. Oh. The food was creamy. And again, I helped in with the cremel. I used the cremel to add into my mixture. And that's brilliant. But I think I'm going to try this. I don't even want to try it on Saturday. I want to leave it for a Sunday. You know that Sunday afternoon meal when you are just cuddled up with a good movie or a good book and you just want to indulge, you just want to eat, especially because it's getting cold. So you got your onesie on, ne? Picture this, your onesie, your cremal on the side that you've made with your coffee. You've got the cremal stew on your lap
You've got
as
me
well.
sold, Queen. I'm sold.
You're
sold.
sold.
I want to be there. I want to be there.
That's my girl. That's
I want
my
to
girl.
be there.
Okay.
So you cook this now. You can see the creaminess already. You cook this for about 45 minutes till it's about this consistency over there.
Okay.
And then you dish it up with pasta, with rice, with anything you like.
So
And you can finish it up with some fresh herbs, some beautiful sprinkling of parsley. And parmesan and coriander and whatever you like, you can add to it.
Okay, the sky's the limit. So I'm going to be putting together the final touches of this dish. And boy, do I like the colors. The red is quite strongly represented. We've got our carbs here and our pasta, which will keep you fuller for longer. Protein is definitely accounted for in this meal as well, which I love. And you did something different here, which is quite interesting to me, where you put the butternut in the stew.
You put the butternut in the stew because it cooks with it, so it can give like a creaminess to the stew. But if you don't like butternut, you can add potato, normal potato, or sweet potato.
Oh, I love a good sweet potato.
Because normally with tomato, when you use tomato, you add a bit of sugar to offset that acidity. But because we use the butternut, we don't have to do. Polly, your dishing up skills are brilliant, woman. That looks divine.
You eat with your eyes before you eat with your mouth, my darling. So this had to look good for me. It was essential, and I wanted to do you proud. Week 2 in the kitchen with Chef Anel, and she has done it again. Thank you, sis.
Thank you. Thank you.
Killed it. Now, this hearty dish is for you to definitely try. So head over to afternoonexpress.co.za to get the recipe.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Today's all about the music on Afternoon Express. So we've asked you on social media, who's your favorites that you're listening to? Who's your favorite artist? The people that you cannot stop putting on repeat. So we have got our first comment here from Boo Bunny, who says, Umthunzi and Kelly Khumalo. I love myself some Kelly Khumalo. We had her on our birthday edition. I hope that you caught that, Benny Boo Bunny. We also have Issa here, who says, I am keeping it local in this period. I cannot stop but motivate my spirit with Yanga. Ooh, I love Yanga's music. Listen, honey, me and you should have a listening session together. After the break, though, we have more incredible conversations. We're going to be heading over to the kitchen with Chef Anel as she makes South Africa's favorite dessert, a peppermint tart. Plus, none other than muesli is coming up at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that.
Find your smooth fortune with Tropica. Buy a Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack, and stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes, such as a trip for 2 with KLM to Amsterdam, LG G8X cell phones, LG TVs and dishwashers, guest vouchers, guest watches and accessories, plus the smooth grand prize of a Suzuki Ignis. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win. Tropica. Nothing smoother.
man who proudly represents Africa everywhere he goes, an international force to be reckoned with. Musical heavyweight Stonebwoy has experienced many highs in his career, such as winning multiple awards in the game, and even cracked himself a prestigious Grammy Award nomination. Celebrating the success of his album, Unlonga Junction, this Ghanaian Afro-pop, dancehall and reggae singer joins us in the loft. But first, let's take a look at his latest music video with Kerry Hilson, Nominate.
Stonebwoy, sweet me, yeah. Miss Kerry, baby. When I look into your eye, they make me like a eye. Something they pin in me and I can't deny. Although you, see that body with the curve, they get on my nerve. Something they pin in me, now me deserve. Although you,
Yes, Miss Kerry, baby. Trust Stonebwoy to bring international forces together. Hi, Stonebwoy. How you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. What's up, people? What's up, South Africa?
South Africa is so pleased to have you. Now, look, Stonebwoy, a lot of people might not know how strong you are in the game, that you are a force to be reckoned with within yourself. I mean, you have brought together international, global superstars in terms of your collaboration. I mean, you've worked with Sean Paul, our Trey Songs, Diamond Platnumz. I mean, the list goes on. So why do you think, or how rather, did you make such a strong name for yourself in music? And where did your love start for music?
It takes time. You know, they say Rome was not built in a day, right? So I have been building on my craft from when I was 15 years professionally. You know, alongside school, all up until when I was out of school, that's senior high school at the age of 18. By that time, I was like a local champ. So it's amazing having done collaborations with reggae legends from Sean Paul to Beanie Man, you know, fixing something with Elephant Man, you know, Sizzla. The list goes on.
Did you just let us in on a secret? Are you working on something with Elephant Man?
Yeah, long time. Been doing that, like, I think last year or something.
So, Stonebwoy, it seems as if you seem to develop and grow a lot as an artist when you do these collaborations and you do work with people. So what do you gain personally with collaborations, and where do you see your music going? Have you ever challenged yourself? I know working with Nasty C, he put you on a hip-hop beat.
I always challenge myself, because when you pick one single song of mine, let's just say Nasty C, Stonebwoy, you find out that hip-hop approach to a modern style and a modern rap. You know what I mean? So this is, one thing I say is that this is the level of talent that Africans have and possess. I'm happy challenging myself.
And on that note of Africa and Africans coming together, it is African Month, and Stonebwoy, I couldn't think of a better artist to connect with during the month of May. You've decided to create a body of work where you've decided to dedicate, and rather say it's your way of connecting Africa to the rest of the world. Now, please may you tell us a little bit about your latest offering, Unlonga Junction, and you know why this message was so important to you.
Yes, Unlonga Junction is my latest body of work. It's consistent of 15 beautiful songs cut across all styles. You know, it's depicting African roots, which is in the language that I'm speaking when you check on the first track. The artwork and everything, the presentation actually shows you what mentality, what's behind the song whilst creating it.
It's very refreshing having a stance of longevity, making sure that the African blood and our culture and our nation as Abantu continues to live on even long before... Excuse me?
You said Abantu, and I want to know the meaning of Abantu. What that means?
Let me teach you some Zulu. Stonebwoy.
Exactly.
Abantu or Ubuntu means the person.
Ubuntu, unity.
Unity, the people, the human being. It's acknowledging Abantu, saying I see you as a person, and carrying out that togetherness. That's what Ubuntu means.
Thank you very much. So it's togetherness and unity, right?
Absolutely. A sense of community is what we're celebrating. And I know that with Unlonga Junction, South Africa celebrated you and the world over celebrated you. And you've hit gold. It seems like everything you touch turns to gold, and we see it happen yet again. Just over a week ago, you announced that on the audio streaming platform Audiomack, Anlonga Junction went gold. Congratulations, Stone Boy.
We hit 11 million right now in a matter of 2 weeks and 4 days on Audiomack only. And we just got the news that we hit the Billboard charts number 19. Stonebwoy Kerry Hilson right now, World Billboard charts. You can check it out.
I think it says a lot about hard work. If you keep going and keep at something, you will achieve. Yeah, and being consistent is what you and Nasty C did. I believe this collaboration took you guys 2 years to put together. I mean, talk about taking your time, right?
Yes, I think when Nasty C visited Ghana one of the times, we connected, and when he got to Ghana, we vibed, we recorded the song right there in my studio. You know, we built the record from scratch, so it had a lot of active synergy, you know, that is still working today. You know, when you put energies in a musical substance, it stays in there.
Yeah.
You know, whatever energies that you create a song with, it stays there, it never dies. So any day when you pick up the song and you listen, it gives you back that feeling. That's one of my favorite songs. The hip-hop beat, Nasty got style, bro. Nasty's nasty with a style.
Nasty got style, Nasty got mean swagger. And that is what I appreciate about that. And I definitely feel the spirit and the soul that you guys put into that jam. Speaking about the energy that songs create and hold, In the Sun has written, you repeat the phrase, creativity has taken a spiritual cause. You just keep repeating that. Now, what does it mean, and how do the two relate to each other?
Yeah, that phrase, like I said, is an exact expression at the time. Like, creativity has always been connected to the soul and spirituality, you know, because it is an innate that we can't touch, but we can feel, you know, we can hear. It works on us. It changes our mindset. It has a lot of effect on us and our living more than we think. The foundation of the creativity is all carnal. So I think that it's up to the time that we realize that it's a spiritual part of us.
Yeah.
You know, and we have to treat it as such.
We do. We have to set out our intention and make a golden wish to music and to creativity. If you were to send out that golden wish to your fans and everyone who supports you during the time of COVID-19, I know you are meant to be visiting South Africa. So what message do you have to your fans, your followers, and your supporters?
Thank you very much. I want to tell South Africans that once as the COVID situation subsides and they open the borders, my first country of choice is SA. I'm going to be there the next day. I'm always appreciative for the support that South Africans have.
Well, thank you so much, Stone Boy. I'm sure a lot of South Africans will be diarising that as soon as our president says that those borders are lifted, you are going to be gracing us with your presence, and I'm sure you're going to be packing out stadiums. We appreciate you, and thank you so much for spreading the message of Africa to the rest of the world.
Yeah, I would say that, you know, Africans should continue to believe in themselves as one. You know, we're all in this together, especially in these times of Corona and all of that.
Thank you so much for that dedication. Again, Stone Boy, we have to say goodbye to you. Keep the African continent shining on the world stage. Cheers.
Express, we love you, Stone Boy. Ghana, yeah?
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Try the new Tropica Piña Colada. Smooth.
It being Africa Month, I thought, let me only, just for today, just for this moment, read out your comments that you love, encouraging us to listen to Local is Lekker, things that are proudly South African only. Okay, so challenge accepted. I have headed over to social media, and I see Kate Killen here has said DJ Zinhle is what she can't stop listening to. And then we've got Azamahle Moss, who says Black Diamond and Nasty C. I love Black Diamond and Nasty C as well, because I think that everything that they write about and the things that they speak about is so touching, is so deep, and you know that when they talk, when they write, they're talking from a very real place. We've also got more comments here. Again, I said I am only looking for South African artists. We've got Liko here who says, Ntokozo Mbambo. Oh, I kind of like Ntokozo. We have to come through and invite them onto Afternoon Express one more time. Okay, Royal King, I guess you're up, right? She says, show lover. I listen to Dr. Dumi's gospel songs in the morning to thank God for another day that brightens up my mood. And then for the rest of the day, okay, he mentions other artists, but because it is Africa Month, we're going to keep it there at Dr. Dumi. So coming up after the break, Anal has made the perfect autumn weekend dinner, and now it's time for dessert. So today we're making a classic peppermint crisp fridge tart. See you after the break.
Catch the repeat of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao Saturday at 8 p.m. Let's go! 3 teams remain, and it's a fight for the final long life charm in the competition.
I am scared, I'm nervous.
Dando's kryptonite is water.
Teams are pushed to their physical limits. You've got to give it your all, guys.
I make a huge mistake. It's anyone's game.
Catch the repeat of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao Saturday at 8 p.m. only on SABC3.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, nothing screams victory like desserts at the end of a meal. And I think as South Africans, we deserve a treat. And today we're making a classic. Our ever so delicious peppermint crisp tart is South Africa's favorite and is sure to put a smile on anyone's face. Our hands are washed and sanitized, so let's get into it.
Yes. Pali, what is your memories of peppermint crisp tart?
Oh, wow, Anal. I think everyone has a peppermint crisp tart story. Mine, I think, has to be, as a South African, Christmas. Christmas with the family.
That's fascinating.
Kwatembe, we have a bring and share. So my cousin Zagit, she always used to be like, I'm on dessert, and she'd always come with a peppermint crisp tart. And that is when I learned how to make one. That is when I first learned the layers. I took a biscuit, I crushed up the biscuit, and then I added that. So let's see how you are going to put your special spin on it. But I quite like your question. So I think I'm going to take your question and I'm going to pose it to South Africans. South Africa, what is your peppermint crisp tart story? Every South African has one. It's our favorite dessert. So head over to our social media and connect with us and let us know what memories this delicious, nostalgic treat brings back. For you, Anal?
Yeah, definitely. We used like tennis biscuits and just caramel and cream on top. with peppermint crisps. That's it. Very simple.
And then you pile everything on.
And you just cut and eat, cut and eat. It's quintessential South African. But let me start with ours. So we're going to make a crust for it. For our peppermint crisp pot, and it's going to hold the content so beautifully, and you can cut it beautifully.
Okay, so this is strong enough to hold everything.
Yes. So we're going to start with our crust. Now, any pastry is flour, a liquid. We're going to use a bit of milk today, and then you can add some sugar, or whatever you want. If it's a sweet tart, sugar. If it's a savory tart, you can add like a grated cheddar or even some chili flakes or something fun to give it a bit of pizzazz.
Okay.
And then always a fat of choice. And today we're using Excella in Excella oil in the base of the tart. So I've got my milk here. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt, always a little bit of salt.
Okay.
And because we're making a sweet dessert, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of sugar in here.
Now, Anal, I know that you've mentioned that if we wanted to add that extra kick, that extra pizzazz, we could have added chili flakes.
Yes.
So if this were to have been a savory tart, how then would we have gone about this recipe?
Exactly the same. When I added the sugar, I would have added some grated cheddar in here and some chilies. And then you add the shortening or the oil.
Okay.
So we're going to add like a 1/4 cup of oil. And this is very interesting because it's going to also form a crumb-like texture. And that's what you want when you make a pastry.
Beautiful.
So I'm just going to mix it with this balloon whisk, and you'll see it start like crumbing. I'm going to go over with my hands just now.
Okay.
Because, Polly, when you bake, you must know the kitchen is going to get dirty and your hands are going to get dirty, and I have sanitized my hands.
Okay.
But you want like a crumb, like a breadcrumb type of consistency. You can see that starting to develop now. Yeah.
Definitely.
So it's like small little breadcrumbs. And now we're going to add a bit of liquid, and we're going to add a bit of milk in here.
Okay.
So just to bring it together. Okay. I don't know how much. I think the recipe says 2 tablespoons. But sometimes you must just check it out.
Gauge
till it comes together.
That used to frustrate the living daylights out of me growing up. I used to always wonder, how did my mom and my grandma get it right every time?
Yeah.
I promise you, I thought it was like some magical trick that they do. They just sort of mahoy everything in and it comes out perfect every time. But I think that is the privilege or what's good that comes out of being an experienced person in the kitchen.
You know, my mama's recipes is just like 2 cups of flour, 3 eggs, milk, baking powder, and there's no method.
And you're like, how many? The quantity?
Yeah, but they knew how to do it. They presumed that everybody knows how to cook because all the women could cook.
Well, honey, it is 2020, and we are definitely dividing and conquering, making sure that the roles are equal in the household. So if you don't want to guess like the rest of us and you want those exact measurements and to get this recipe precise as possible, head over to Afternoon Express's website, and Chef Anal has put it there for you quite plainly for you to understand, not to decode.
No, not to decode, to understand. And then you just, with your fingers, put it in your pastry shell, and you must do it properly. You mustn't skimp them with your tight fat. It's a labour of love. It's love that you're putting in here. So you need to do it slowly and make sure all the places are covered. And then, I'm not going to do it over again. You bake it for about 15 to 20 minutes at 180 in the what shelf, Papa?
In the middle.
Yes.
Yesterday I was asking Chef Anal, you know, if she were to detail 3 top tips if you want to become a master baker in the kitchen. And Chef Anal, one of Chef Anal's 3 tips was you have to make sure that it's at 180. Don't put it at the top of the grill. Don't put it at the bottom. Put it right there. Sandwich it perfectly in the middle. Let's see if I can remember the others. Room temperature, room temperature, room temperature.
Yeah, ingredients, room temperature.
Your ingredients have to be room temperature. We've already mentioned everything being in the middle. Chef Anal, I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail.
Equipment.
Make sure that your equipment is beautifully oiled. Make sure that your equipment has got that extra oil that you need. And here we see it coming through with the Excella oil.
Yeah. And now we're going to we need to fill. So I've baked this in the oven about 15, 20 minutes. And I'm going to make the filling now. So all I've done is you have to keep your cream quite cold. And I've also put my bowl in the fridge. When you whisk it, it just whisks easier and better. But we remember you mustn't over whisk it, Polly, because what you're going to make? Butter.
Butter. We don't want butter.
We don't want butter.
Don't
You don't want it to
overturn
split.
it.
You don't, because it's going to split. It's going to be water this way and fats that way, and it's just not a
too
nice
much.
business. Not a nice business. So we've got some cream, whipped cream in here, and then some caramel.
Delicious.
So it needs. You can use any type of caramel sauce, but what I've done, I love tin caramel. That is my. Oh,
Keep it simple, girl.
I hid it under my bed, scallop piece in the answer. My husband can't see. So you just fold it in, the caramel in here.
Yes.
And now you can add choc chips in here. I'm going to add some extra peppermint crisp chips in here. Oh, I love this combination.
It's so
nice.
interesting to me how a nation can just come up with a consensus and we all agree that this is our dessert of choice and we all love it. That is so interesting to me, but it also shows the Ubuntu coming again together, that unity, that we are all of one mind, we are all of one heart, and we all really do just enjoy the same things. So it being Africa Month, proudly South African as we are standing today, we're topping it off and ending off with a sweet South African treat. This looks so good.
This is so good, Fali.
Oh, my mouth.
I know. And you know, the crew here, the first thing they asked me this morning is, what are you making today? And I said, peppermint crisp tart. And everyone, yay! So,
Yay! I promise you, here at work, as soon as you see Dumi's face or if you see Anal's face, everyone just gets happy because this labor of love, putting food in front of us every single day, is something we do not take for granted. Thank you so much, Chef Anel. My favorite. Now, I know your mouth is watering just like mine, so head over to afternoonexpress.co.za to get your hands on this tasty recipe. And if you were inspired by this dish, then you do not want to miss out on next week's recipe with Excella Pure Excellence. I am loving seeing who you guys are listening to and what your playlists are looking like. Trust me, I'm definitely going to be adding to my playlist from your list. So let's head over to social media here. We see Motibi say, Nasty C and AKA, they are my inspiration. Love you, Palisa Tembe. Thank you so much. I love you too. It doesn't matter if you spell my surname wrong. It's all love here on Afternoon Express. We also have Sango here who said, hashtag Afternoon Express. You can never go wrong with Nicki Minaj and Beyonce. Honey, if I want to get my energy up and if I want to feel confident and fierce, I also listen to some Nicki Minaj and Beyonce, secret between you and me. We have another comment here saying, Dua Lipa from Bayanda, hashtag Afternoon Express. Oh, we have someone here who is loving that stew. Girlfriend, I was loving that stew too. We've also got another comment here from Usihle, that is agreeing with the previous viewer, saying, Dr. Dumi, hashtag Afternoon Express. Oh, you think I'm looking gorgeous? Well, I'm sure you're looking gorgeous too, Lapendlini. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am loving all of it. But after the break, I will also be continuing connecting on social media. So stay right there. We have got more of an incredible show as we bring you hip-hop star Muesli. We see you after the break. Popular in South African rap and across the continent, Nomuzi Mapena is not a new name to the South African entertainment industry. Her stage name is Muesli, and she has grown as an artist with a massive social media following. Muesli, known for her fashion killer moves, joins us today to let us in on what she's been up to during the lockdown and how she's been keeping it together. But right now, let's listen to her hit single, Be Somebody.
I've never had a love so familiar. Konnichiwa, nice to meet ya. I'm trying to get a little bit deeper. I could feel it from the start, from the beating in my heart. 'Cause I got a feeling you good, feeling you good. Be somebody, be somebody. I got a feeling you good, feeling you good. Be somebody, be somebody. I got a feeling you good, feeling you good. Be somebody, be somebody. I got a feeling you good, feeling you good. Be somebody, be somebody. I got a feeling you good, feeling you good.
A song that is inspiring us all to be somebody. Even has Chef Anel jamming away in the kitchen there. I'm loving Be Somebody. Be somebody, get it, Anel. Yes, queen. Welcome, Nomuzi. How are you doing?
I'm good, babe. How are you doing?
Good, honey. Waze wamuhle ngathi ngakudweba. Yabona unodoli. Unodoli.
Thanks so much.
Now, you know, the president has spoken earlier this week and lockdown has been extended. And, you know, the end of May is seeming like a close end for level 4. So we're grateful for that. But what have you been up to and how has the lockdown affected you and changed your life?
Sure. So the lockdown has been really, really hectic, especially as an entertainer. I'm sure you guys can imagine that a majority of the income in my business comes from doing shows. But luckily for me, it's the majority, but it's not the primary focus of my business. The primary focus of my business is obviously for me as an artist to make music.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been focusing on. I've just been in the studio working on some new stuff. I'm creating a lot of content, started a YouTube channel.
Girl, you started a YouTube channel?
I finally started a YouTube channel. My management and I have been talking about it for a very long time, but I was kind of like avoiding it for some reason. I don't know why, but I can't imagine a better time to start it. You know, we all want to talk about interesting stuff. So I posted a video with my favorite top 5 lockdown content creators that I'm stuck on right now. So make sure you guys search it on YouTube and check it out.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. What other content can we be expecting from this YouTube channel? Do we get some behind the scenes, some exclusive things?
I mean, definitely, you know, this is basically a platform for me to just let you guys in. There's so much happening at home, even though it seems like there's not a lot happening in the world. You know, we're really keeping busy, me and Smuda. You know, we're just trying to keep the train on the track, you know. Everything is kind of going crazy, but we're just trying to stay focused, keep creative, and just make sure that we keep it moving, you know?
Yeah, keeping it moving, keeping it on one-way track, which is the track to success. And I feel like the partnership between yourself and Smuda is iconic. He has come through, held you down, management, making sure that you are well connected, doing the things, letting the talent shine, baby. But he's also, you know, your romantic interest. How is it like working with someone like that?
Like, anybody who's listened to any of my interviews is probably so sick and tired of hearing the story, but I just feel like it's the perfect way to explain it.
Yes.
A lot of the time when people work together, it's because one person blew up and then the other person kind of has to quit their life and help them. But Smuda's been in the entertainment business for a very long time. He's worked with other artists like AKA and Deleuze and Tear Gas like back then. So he's really like amassed a lot of experience that he's obviously helping to boost my career, which is really, really amazing. We make an incredible team.
Yeah, magic indeed. You know, talking about a killer combo, when you got fire and fire coming together, coming forces, you know, it's only superpower moves from there. Now, you know, you've already mentioned that you're going into a YouTube channel, and what a lot of people might have forgotten, that you are no stranger to the camera. I mean, you started off as a TV presenter, You were there, rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, doing your thing. And then you crossed over to music, and now music seems to be your love. I mean, will you be how do we answer? Angaz Nam. What's your story?
You know what? I feel like for me to really effectively grow my television career, I kind of have to put on my producer's hat as well. So that's what we're working on. We've got an incredible concept that I'm working on. It's really, really dope. We're going to be shooting it during the lockdown. So it's actually quite cool. It's going to not only tell my story as a presenter, but it's going to be such a dope reflection on South African hip-hop culture. And it's going to tell different sides of the story that have never really been told before. So I'm so excited. You guys are going to love it.
Doing it for the culture during lockdown. I mean, killing two birds with one stone. Thank you for that. So how are you planning on getting around the restrictions? Do you have a set-up studio? Like, what can we expect?
Well, you know what? We do a lot of the stuff at home right now. I know you guys are being like finessed by the lights, but I'm actually in my home right now. Yeah, you know, and the rest, my management company, SBR Projects, is going to have to figure it out. But we're definitely going to have to practice social distancing. We're going to have to keep it safe. But I don't think that the world has stopped. We got to carry on.
We got to carry on, honey. You also worked on this beautiful opportunity where you've collaborated with huge names. It seems like everyone you do come into contact with, you make sure that you guys go above and beyond and you take it to that next dimension. So, you know, Nasty C, Sway, tell us about this collaboration and what you guys are working on. Tell me from the beginning. What's this initiative?
Yeah, so we are not the only people that have been affected by the lockdown, man. A lot of companies that we do business with as artists, especially in the hip-hop scene, they've also been greatly affected by the lockdown. But instead of just shutting doors, they're actually engaging local artists and connecting them with international people, like you're saying. Myself and Nasty C did a really, really cool live stream that was hosted by Sway. And so many other people have been featured on the platform. DJ Zinhle hosted an episode that featured Focalistic. There was a really dope battle between DJ Tira and Maphorisa.
Woo!
So it's kind of like allowing us as artists to perform and still earn an income, which is really, really important. Shout out to the brand for stepping up to the plate. I obviously can't say their name on this platform, but they know I show them a lot of love on social media. They're an amazing brand. And shout out to every other brand that's stepping up for sure.
Love that. People coming together for the greater good. Finally, before we let you go, Nomuzi, any words to your fans? You are a genuine artist. You always speak from the heart. So right now, in this moment, what do you have to say to everyone?
Do not forget who you are. There was a you before there was a coronavirus. So please don't stop pushing. Please do not let go of what you had planned for 2020. The year is not over. Your life is not over. Like, it continues. You are still a superhero. And I got some superhero music for you. Brand new single. I'm still out right now. Check it out.
Thank you so much, Nomuzi. We have to say goodbye to you as we say goodbye to South Africa. Good night. God bless. You heard that new music, YouTube channel, so much more. Catch up with us on social media and let's keep this party going. See you on Monday.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.